Prime Minister Narendra Modi's scathing attack on Congress manifesto has triggered an all-out political fight. Addressing a poll rally in Rajasthan's Banswara, Prime Minister said Congress manifesto promises to redistribute country's wealth to people who have many kids, a reference that Mr. Owaisi said was for Muslims. Prime Minister Modi also referred to former Prime Minister Manmohan Singh's remark about minorities having the first right over resources, saying Congress will even snatch the Mangal Sutra from women and give it to those having many children. PM Modi was referring to former Congress President Rahul Gandhi's statement from earlier this month, where he said that if INDI is voted to power, then a financial and institutional survey will be conducted to ascertain who is in possession of the wealth of the country and that it would be redistributed. Prime Minister Modi's remarks have left Congress and INDI bloc allies fuming. This is what the Prime Minister said. Let's listen in.
कांग्रेस ने अपने मैनिफेस्टो में जो कहा है वो चिंताजनक है, गंभीर है। उन्होंने कहा है कि अगर कांग्रेस की सरकार बनेगी तो हर एक की प्रॉपर्टी का सर्वे किया जाएगा। हमारी बहनों के पास सोना कितना है उसकी जांच की जाएगी, उसका हिसाब लगाया जाएगा। हमारे आदिवासी परिवारों में चांदी होती है, सिल्वर कितना है उसका हिसाब लगाया जाएगा। इतना ही नहीं, आगे क्या कहा है, ये जो गोल्ड है बहनों का और जो संपत्ति है ये सबको समान रूप से वितरित कर दी जाएगी। क्या ये आपको मंजूर है क्या? मेरी माताओं बहनों की जिंदगी में सोना वो सिर्फ शो करने के लिए नहीं होता है, उसके स्वाभिमान से जुड़ा हुआ है। उसका मंगलसूत्र वो एक सोने का कीमत का मुद्दा नहीं है, उसके जीवन के सपनों से जुड़ा हुआ है। तुम उसे छीनने की बात कर रहे हो अपने मैनिफेस्टो में। गोल्ड ले लेंगे, सबको वितरित कर देंगे। और पहले जब उनकी सरकार थी उन्होंने कहा था कि देश की संपत्ति पर पहला अधिकार मुसलमानों का है। इसका मतलब ये संपत्ति इकट्ठी करके किसको बांटेंगे? जिनके ज्यादा बच्चे हैं उनको बांटेंगे।
Well, the Congress party has hit back at Prime Minister, saying after facing disappointment in the first phase of Lok Sabha polls, the PM has now resorted to lies and hate speech to divert people from the real issues.
देश के प्रधानमंत्री ने आज फिर झूठ बोला। एक चुनाव जीतने के लिए आप झूठ पे झूठ परोसते चले जाओगे जनता को। चलिए, आपकी गारंटियां झूठी, आपके जुमले झूठे, आपके वादे झूठे। अब देश को हिंदू मुसलमान के नाम पर आप झूठ परोस कर बांट रहे हैं। कांग्रेस के मैनिफेस्टो में कहीं भी, मैं ये चुनौती करता हूं प्रधानमंत्री को, कहीं मुसलमान या हिंदू कोई इस तरह का शब्द हो तो हमें बताएं और ये चुनौती स्वीकार करें, नहीं तो झूठ बोलना बंद करें। कांग्रेस के मैनिफेस्टो में न्याय की बात की है। न्याय नौजवानों के साथ, न्याय महिलाओं के साथ, न्याय आदिवासियों के साथ, न्याय श्रमिकों के साथ। उसमें प्रधानमंत्री को आपत्ति है। आपत्ति हो भी क्यों ना, ये हमारा न्याय पत्र प्रधानमंत्री को आईना दिखाता है और उनके 10 साल के कृत्य दिखाता है।
Meanwhile, Bharatiya Janata Party responded to Congress's counter-attack, asking, does the Congress not trust its own Prime Minister? BJP's Amit Malviya, in fact, put out a post on social media X, and this is what he said. He, in fact, is citing what Manmohan Singh, the former Prime Minister, said about minorities, especially Muslims, having the first claim on resources. This particular statement is being cited by the Bharatiya Janata Party now to hit out at the Congress after the Prime Minister's speech led to a war of words.
We need to be revitalized. We will have to devise innovative plans to ensure that minorities, particularly the Muslim minority, are empowered to share equitably in the fruits of development. They must have the first claim on our resources.
Let's open this up and go across to our guests. We're joined by Mithun Vijay Kumar, political analyst, and George Kurian, also political analyst. Good morning to both of you, gentlemen. Mithun, the Congress party is saying that, the disappointment of the Bharatiya Janata Party, because according to the Congress and the INDI allies, the first phase has gone against the BJP. And this disappointment has led to lies and hate speech. That's their accusation against the Prime Minister.
Good morning, Swati. Good morning, George. I don't think there is any lie being propagated. It's mentioned in Congress's manifesto that, if they are voted to power, this is said by Rahul Gandhi in one of his speeches, that if they are voted to power, the party would conduct a survey to run a check on who possesses wealth in the country and undertake an exercise to redistribute the same. And this, when clubbed with the statement of the former prime minister, who actually said that, he just played out the video, that, Muslim minorities have the first claim to resources. So this is Congress's ideology that the prime minister is talking about, and they have openly made such claims. And when you read both these statements together, it's obvious that, Congress would snatch the wealth of the people and try to redistribute it. That's what the Prime Minister had said. And this is all coming because of, appeasement politics that Congress is playing. And it is always visible in their manifestos. You take the example of Karnataka elections. What had they said? They wanted to ban Bajrang Dal, right? And Muslim fundamentalists like, SDPI and PFI had supported Congress in 2018 elections in Karnataka. And even today in places like Kerala, SDPI has announced open support for the Congress. And who is the biggest ally in this entire UDF? It's IUML, a party that was, termed by none other than Nehru as a dead horse. And today, if the dead horse is alive and running the race, it's only because of the support that Congress is giving. So it's obvious that Congress, if elected to power, they would definitely try to snatch the wealth and redistribute it to those who, according to Manmohan Singh, have the first claim to resources. What wrong has the Prime Minister said in this?
Okay, George Kurian, is this assumption based on which they have now formulated this election campaign strategy?
Good morning, Swati. Good morning to Mithun and to your audience. Firstly, let me begin by saying that the Prime Minister's desperation and is clearly visible ever since the first phase of voting has come to an end, because he has been notified that things don't look too good for the Bharatiya Janata Party with respect to elections. We are confident because we were always ahead of the Bharatiya Janata Party as far as the first phase is concerned, and the second phase, which is due on the 26th, we are confident that we will again cross the halfway mark here. See, the Congress ideology nowhere says that it's about Hindu, Muslim. We believe in equality. We believe in giving relief to the needy at this point in time. So that's what the priority is as far as Congress is concerned. We understand there is a great demand for jobs in this country. We believe that social relief is important at this point in time because of the last 10 years of misrule and misgovernance led by Prime Minister Modi. It's nothing but jumlas, and the nation is fed up of the guarantees of fake false promises. This is nothing but to divert the attention from real issues. So these are the priorities, and least to say, the Prime Minister's language is uncalled for, and we strongly believe that the Prime Minister it's a constitutional position, and should refrain from making such statements which puts India at shame.
All right.
So
in fact, let me take you through some reactions, Mithun. TMC says this is shameful, vicious and communal, what the Prime Minister has said. And if the BJP is talking about Sabka Saath, Sabka Vikas, then why target a particular community, even if you are firing it from the Congress party's shoulder?
Where was the TMC when, Congress's ally DMK, they had said that they want to eradicate Sanatan Dharma? TMC didn't open their mouth. See, Prime Minister of the country, he represents every community, every class, every section of people, and Prime Minister has done more for, the minorities than any other party had done in the previous rules. You can compare it. You have the metrics right in front of you. In all his schemes, he has prioritized the minorities. Almost 35% of all the schemes have been given to minorities, and that's visible in the metrics of each scheme that you have seen. So, believe me, this BJP has done more for the minorities than any other party has done. So the Prime Minister doesn't have to tell lies like Congress is doing. It is the Congress that is taking an anti-Hindu position. It is the Congress that is into the politics of appeasement. You can see that in the South Indian states especially. So there is no doubt that what Prime Minister has said is the fact. And I am again referring it back to the statement of
I'm just talking about from the point of view of the kind of message that it sends. On one hand, you are calling the Congress party communal, saying that they have a hidden agenda. That's what they're trying to do through their manifesto, the promises being made to a particular community. But if BJP talks about Sabka Saath, Sabka Vikas, and then when such references are made during the speech, does it not send across a message, and will it not create an atmosphere of fear?
See, BJP is only trying to point out the loopholes within the Congress. How is that a problem? BJP is not making any communal statement. BJP is only taking references from what Congress has said. How is that communal? You have to speak it out, right? At some point, you have to make people realize that
Okay,
the
how is it
opposition
communal,
party is.
George? Because the BJP is only highlighting how the Congress party and the allies are communal. How you are, the hidden agenda is to benefit a particular community only.
Well, Swati, you see, the Congress party believes in a secular fabric, and we strongly believe that there is a way to, if at all the Prime Minister wants to bring it to the notice of the audience, there is a way to speak, and the language that the Prime Minister has used is really uncalled for, and we strongly object to the language that he has used. On the other hand, the Congress party believes in carrying every section of the society, because all that we have in our manifesto is for everyone to read, and it's there in the open. So there is no word of Hindu, Muslim, or any kind of differentiation that the Congress party has in its manifesto, and we strongly believe that we want to give relief to the people at large. So we are confident that we are coming to power in 2024. So it's just
all right. Let me take a quick reaction from Mithun. On one hand, the BJP says they are all for empowerment of women of all sections, castes, class, religions, and that's why they fought against triple talaq, and they have been able to give that kind of dignity to the Muslim women. On the other hand, if you say that it is going to be redistributed to women or families with many children, aren't you doing the same thing or undoing what you earlier did?
No, Swati, like I said, they have been pointing out the problems of the opposition. And I have one simple question to my friend George. Okay, he said that Congress is a party that is, strengthening the secular fabric of the nation. If that is the case, would you criticize the statement of your former Prime Minister when he said that, the Muslim minorities have the first claim to resources? Isn't that more communal? Because why are you prioritizing one particular community? Aren't other minorities important? Is it only the Muslim minorities that matter to you? Would you criticize that statement, George? That's the question I would like to ask him, because he is speaking about the secular fabric of the nation. Wasn't that statement more communal? Because it was an insult to the other minorities in the country.
Oh,
why do you
prioritize
Muslim minorities?
George couldn't respond.
Well, Swati, at this point in time, all I would want to say is that the Congress party.
No, I'm asking a simple question. Would you criticize that or not?
We have to offer to the people at large at India, and the Congress party, it's a new hope and aspiration for the people at large. So, keeping rest aside, what happened in the past is history for us. Right now, what we believe is in the future of this nation.
All right. So you're saying what has happened in the past is history. You are only looking forward now, and none of those references have been made, at least in your manifesto. Thank you very much to both of you. Thank you, Mithun, and thank you to George Kurian for joining us with your perspective.